What up, man, guys? I'm just chilling in the car, not driving or anything, just in my parking lot. This channel is about expression of the self, of the true self, of me to you, right? From me to you on YouTube, right? It's a full expression, all honesty. If I just made videos when I felt good, like a lot of people do, like I did. A lot of people do. A lot of people, if you notice, they only share things on social media when they're feeling good about themselves, especially pictures, right? You don't see people taking pictures of themselves when they are sick or they feel like shit. It's energy. It comes down to energy. When your levels of energy are high, your expression is at its fullest, right? So right now, though, I said I don't want to make a video because I feel like shit. I'm sick. It's been like 5 months, 4 months since I've been sick, and now I'm sick again. Same thing every time. It's just the typical cold bullshit, where I'm like get chills and my throat's sore and I just feel like shit, like a headache, whatever. And this channel is about expressing everything this channel is about expressing myself to you, which you are really me anyway, so we can learn from each other, right? So why am I sick? I have a pretty good reason. I just made a video yesterday saying slow down because I felt my sickness coming on. I felt like a little bit shitty yesterday. Now I feel even worse, to the point where when I stand up, I just want to my head is all light and everything. And so I was reading on the back of I need to make a food journal. We all should have food journals for one, because I eat pretty clean, but not really clean, and who no one even knows what really clean is. I still don't even know what eating clean is. I mean, honestly, the water is not even clean. So so that's that. So I need to make a food journal. So when these things like this happen, or when I wake up and I don't feel energy, I can look back on the journal and I can cross off things that I know aren't good for me. And I think that I was reading on the back of this pizza crust, Namaste vegan pizza crust container. I was reading on the back of the container, and it was talking about the most common allergies, right? The most common allergies. And it was dairy, eggs, soy, wheat, gluten, and tree nuts, specifically peanuts, right? And I have a very strong feeling. I know that those fucking ingredients are just the reason why there's the most common. We're all allergic to them. We're all allergic to them. It's just a matter of how allergic we are, right? We all are allergic to soy at some degree. We're all allergic to gluten at some degree. We're all allergic to chicken menstruation eggs. We're all allergic to all these things. To wheat, which was mass produced. I don't even want to get into the wheat, but the point is that I think I ate a lot of peanut butter the other night. Like I knew damn well I shouldn't have done it. My intuition, my true self was telling me, don't do this. You're gonna feel like shit. So 3 nights ago, I ate a bunch of peanut butter, and then before I went to bed, not right before I went to bed, but pretty close, And I woke up not feeling good. I had a lot of mucus. I had throughout the day I felt all right. And once I woke up, I got the mucus out, took a shower and everything. Feel all right on those first days of sickness, right? And then it just gets worse and worse. So what I should have done instantly was just fast. Like fasting, if you look at any animals, they fast. They fast when they get sick. When they get sick, they don't eat, or they'll eat very sparingly, or like I've heard dogs even they eat grass and things like that because they're seeking medicine. They know what to eat in the grasses and things like that. So that goes for any animals. If it, you know, any animals, like when your dog is super sick, he's not going to chow down his food. So I should have just fasted. Now, in the last 2 days, today and yesterday, I've just had liquids only. Coconut water. I've had just like some smoothies with like bananas and water. I've had pineapple and mangoes are the only things that I haven't had like liquid, but they're damn near liquid, you know, mostly liquid. And when you think about it, right, let's break this health thing down, right? We're constantly suppressing symptoms, right? We get these symptoms, and it's good. I'm obviously not going to take any medicine from the pharmacy or anything like that, because it's good that I'm getting this mucus, and it's a sign it's getting out of me, right? You want it to get out of you. You don't want to suppress that and hold it all in. So I've also been sitting out in the sun a lot and sweating and everything. But when we break this health thing down, right, why do old people or sick people revert back to only eating liquids or eating very, very less dense vibrations of light, which that's what it is. Food is vibrations of light. So why do older people and sick people only eat very lightly when they get sick? Well, it's because your body takes so much energy to break down food, right? And really our body is what, 75% water, just like the earth has 75% water, the oceans, right? And the water is 75%. So that's how our diet should be, really. If not all water, if not all liquid, right? So look up Liquidarianism by Jesus if you need to, GZUS, if you don't think it's possible. But you know, it's really like, that's the thing, is you tell somebody that you should be drinking only liquids for the most part, or at least the majority of your diet should be liquids, and people would think you're crazy. But yet, really, it's crazy to be eating such big, huge, heavy meals, especially like things like meat, and it's so dense for your body to break down. It's so it's processing. When you eat food, you're processing light. That's what it is. You're processing of it. Everything is light. Everything is a vibration of light. So if you're eating extremely dense light, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to take a lot for your body to process that. And in that time, you're just getting gunked up. And what most people do is they detox to retox, right? They detox to retox. They get everything out of their body, and then before you know it, alright, we got cut out. But anyway, but what we do as a society is we detox to retox. Just like when you go out and drink all night, and the next day you wake up and you just drink alcohol, and then you wake up and you just drink water or whatever because you feel like shit and you gotta retox. And then before you know it, you go out again and you drink and do it all over. Same things happen when people get sick, right? You revert to eating lightly, mostly liquids. That's why people have soup when they're sick, and it's just easier for your body, because your body's in repair mode. The last thing it cares about is food. It wants to repair itself. So what we do, what I've done it too. I'm not saying like by any means, like this is why I'm making this video, is to remind myself, but we revert back to eating the right way, mostly liquids, and then once we feel better again, we gunk up again. We gunk up, like we start eating shit again, and it's just like every 3 months or 2 months or whatever, your body finally gets to a point where it says, I can't do this anymore. You gotta stop. Like I can't handle this. You gotta fast. You gotta fast, or you gotta have only liquids. From now on, I can't keep processing all this dense light. It's too much. So that's really all it is. And then, I mean, you don't need any magic medicine to cure a cold by any means. You don't need ginger or lemon, we need to remember that food does not cure us. Food does not cure us. There is no such thing as food does not cure us. The human body cures itself. food can be an aid. It can aid to curing us, but at the end of the day, the body is going to cure itself. The food can just aid it. That's it. So you don't. The best thing to do is to, when you get sick, is to fast, or liquid fast at least, just only liquids. And I can tell. I can already tell. I mean, like, I'm feeling better because I'm only having liquids. If I were to woken up this morning and had pancakes or something like that, I would be feeling even worse. I mean, I'm still feeling okay. I can walk to the store and things like that, but the best thing to do is to fast. The point is that the human body can fix itself of anything. You need to just give it time. But we don't, in the Western medicine, Western society, time is like the last thing we want to give it. We want to take a pill or something. We want to suppress the symptom, right? And it's like putting a piece of tape over a hole. If you have a pipe that has water running through it, and then you put a piece of tape over it, yeah, it's gonna stop the water for a little bit, but before you know it, that tape's gonna bust open, or that pipe's gonna bust open through the tape, and it's gonna just be right back again. So instead of actually fixing the problem by fasting, fasting is the fastest way to health. I know this because every single time I eat lighter, I've gone on liquid diet. I did only liquids for 6 days. It's on my YouTube channel. Liquid fasting, if you want to look it up. And I felt amazing. And I woke up. That's how you know. You know you are healthy if you wake up with a lot of energy and you wake up feeling good. And you know that you're not doing something right if you wake up feeling like shit. So when I was on that liquid diet, I was just feeling so, my energy was high. I was lifting more weights than I've ever been lifting too, which is crazy. I have it on my Instagram at officialmcme. I deadlifted 255 for 7, which I don't even think I can do that now. Like, it was crazy. It was 6 days into my liquid fast and I deadlifted 255 for 7. It was insane. For me, I mean, I only weigh like, I weighed like 150 pounds at the time, so that's a lot of weight. But the point is this, right? The earth is 30 to 25% earth or land, whatever, and the rest is water, liquid. So we need to be consuming mostly liquid as a diet, and it only makes sense, right? Okay, when you make a smoothie, how fast can you clean that blender up? Pretty damn fast, right? You make a quick little, throw a couple, whatever, you make any type of smoothie, take it off the blender, you hit it with the hose, it's clean, and you don't need to scrub it or anything if you do it right away. It's clean, right? Within literally like 15 seconds if you shoot it with the, shoot it with the hose in your sink or whatever. Whereas, if you make a big meal of whatever it may be, especially like meat, for example, right? That's why, like, you make a big dinner full of meat and all this. You got a lot of cleanup afterward. You gotta clean that shit. You gotta scrub that shit, and that's the same thing your body is doing. If it takes a lot of time for you to clean up after you make a meal, it's gonna take a lot of time for your body to clean it up after you make a meal, and that's why people say don't throw the meat down the sink. Don't put meat in down your pipes. You know, same shit. Pipes. Your esophagus, right? So this is, I'm making this video to remind myself and to remind you, if you have these problems too. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I need to learn how to fucking put on muscle without needing to eat a shit ton of food, because from everything I've researched, they say you gotta eat so much fucking food. I know you don't have to, though, because I know there's people that do it without it. I personally know them, that they don't eat 2,000, 3,000 calories and they have plenty of muscle. So I just need to learn how to do that, because this bodybuilding diet and lifestyle is not for me. I love lifting weights and I love gaining muscle, but I don't love eating all this food, man. It's too much. And I know there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it, and I'm gonna learn how to do it. And maybe I need more protein, and less carbs. I don't know. There's a way to do it. I'm just gonna keep. When I go back to my bodybuilding cycle, I'm gonna lift more weights, or keep lifting weights, and just not eat as much. Just back it down a little bit, because I was eating way too much. I was eating way too much. So, and that's it's that, and it's a combination of the things I was eating too, like the peanuts. And when you're eating so much food, you're gonna most likely be eating some shit food too. You're not gonna eat 3,000 calories of mangoes, so it's a combination. I need to start making a food journal. I'm going to start making a food journal and documenting everything I eat. And then if I wake up feeling like shit, I can look at what I ate, maybe decipher, cross it off, and start eliminating foods that make me feel. I know what makes me feel good, but it's just sometimes it's hard to know what makes me feel bad. Okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. And man, it really goes to show how health is wealth, because it really goes to show, because I can't do anything today. I can't do shit. I can't go gardening, I can't go bike riding, I can't go exercising. I mean, there's probably days where I should have just rested though, and that's why I'm in the situation I'm in too. A combination of just go, 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 and not slowing down when I eat. That's another way to not eat so much, is just to slow down when you eat. But it's a combination of all those things. It really goes to show how health is wealth. I would give somebody at least $150 right now if I could just feel great right now, at least. And if it was worse, obviously I would give all my money away. If it was, depending on how bad it was, but it's not that bad. I know tomorrow I feel a little bit better. But it goes to show, man, health is wealth. Because if I had $1 million right now, all I'd be doing is just doing what I'm doing, drinking coconut water. So